Near-future Earth lay scarred, a world worn by centuries of environmental neglect and wars that had reshaped its continents and cultures. Cities once gleamed with hope, now shadows of their former selves, while vast stretches of wilderness struggled to reclaim the land. Above, advanced alien civilizations observed quietly, their eyes heavy with judgment and suspicion. To them, Earth was a minor player, a sleeping world hidden beneath layers of forgotten history and diminished influence. The planet was silent, a passive observer in a vast galaxy pulsing with life and power. Dr. Maya Singh stood in her laboratory, surrounded by humming arrays of ancient relics and cutting-edge instruments. Her mind was a battleground of hope and fear. She specialized in Earth's dormant technologies, remnants of civilizations that had risen and fallen before humanity's current era. These relics held secrets that could unlock unimaginable power or devastating consequences. Maya felt the weight of this knowledge, knowing her discoveries could alter the fate of her world. Captain Leo Grant paced the command center of Earth's defense forces, his gaze sharp and calculating. Years of conflict had hardened him, tempered by the responsibility of protecting a fragile planet. Leo was pragmatic, balancing hope with harsh realities. Earth's military was a shadow of galactic powers, yet its spirit was fierce and unyielding. He understood that their survival depended not just on strength, but on unity and wisdom. Meanwhile, Ambassador Rilthar observed Earth with cautious curiosity. His species had watched human history unfold, noting their resilience and contradictions. To him, Earth was a puzzle, an unpredictable world with potential hidden beneath its scars. Rilthar's role was to monitor and report, but also to seek opportunities for peace or control. He walked a fine line between diplomacy and dominance, aware that humanity's awakening might challenge the galactic order. Suddenly, the planet shuddered. Sensors across Earth and in orbit detected strange seismic tremors, coupled with unexplained energy surges deep within the crust. The signals were unlike any natural phenomenon, rhythmic, intentional, almost alive. Maya's heart raced as she analyzed the data. The reading suggested that ancient Earth technologies, long thought inert or lost, were reactivating. Or perhaps something more profound, biological and vast, was stirring beneath the surface. "This changes everything," Maya whispered, her voice trembling. She gathered her team, sharing her theories and fears. "We may be witnessing the rebirth of something humanity barely understands, something powerful enough to reshape our future." Leo's communicator crackled to life. Reports came in of unusual atmospheric disturbances and localized anomalies. "We need to prepare for the worst," he said, his tone grim. "If this is an awakening, it could attract attention, unwanted attention, from forces beyond our control." Rilthar received urgent messages from his superiors, demanding vigilance. The galactic powers had kept Earth under a subtle watch, fearing its potential to disrupt the fragile balance. This awakening could be a threat, he mused aloud, conflicted between his duty and a growing respect for humanity's resilience. Across Earth, communities experienced strange phenomena, magnetic fluctuations, altered weather patterns, and an inexplicable sense of anticipation. Some saw it as a sign of renewal, others as a harbinger of doom. Maya and Leo coordinated efforts to study and contain the phenomena, racing against time as tensions escalated on planetary and cosmic scales. The mood was thick with quiet tension. Beneath the surface, dread mingled with hope. Humanity stood at a crossroads, unaware of the forces stirring within and the eyes watching from the stars. The sleeping beast was waking, but it was not a beast of destruction alone. It was humanity itself, awakening to its dormant potential. and the challenges it must face to claim its place among the stars. Would they rise united or fracture under pressure? The answer would shape the destiny of Earth and echo across the galaxy for generations to come. The tremors started quietly at first. Subtle shifts beneath Earth's crust, barely detectable by the vast networks of sensors Maya Singh had helped, deployed decades earlier. Yet even the faintest ripple in a planet as well monitored as Earth could not go unnoticed. Within hours, the tremors escalated into steady pulses of seismic activity, sending ripples of unease through the global scientific community. Dr. Maya Singh sat at the command console of the Earth Research Station, her eyes locked on the streaming data. Ancient energy signatures, unfamiliar and rhythmic, pulsed beneath the planet's surface. These readings defied known geological explanations. To Maya, they were a call from the deep past, a whisper from Earth's forgotten heart. Her fingers danced across holographic controls, piecing together the signals, each pattern suggesting an awakening. "This isn't just tectonic," Maya said to herself, her voice barely a whisper. "It's something alive, or something once alive, now stirring." Elsewhere, Captain Leo Grant received reports of atmospheric anomalies coinciding with the seismic pulses, localized magnetic fluctuations, bursts of electromagnetic interference disrupting satellite communications, and strange auroras dancing unnaturally in the skies above the poles. Leo stood rigid in the command center, his years of military experience sensing the gravity of the moment. He knew that Earth's silence and passivity in the galactic arena was ending. Something powerful, unknown, was coming alive. In the quiet corners of the Galactic Council, Ambassador Rilthar watched the growing disturbances on his monitors, tension knotting his brow. His people had monitored Earth for centuries, noting its relative calm and limited technological growth. Earth had been a minor curiosity, a planet too slow to awaken in a galaxy dominated by empires. But these new signals challenged that assumption. What was waking beneath the surface? And what would it mean? As the tremors grew, strange reports flooded in from remote colonies and outposts. Farmers found crops growing at unnatural rates, forests expanded overnight, animals exhibited unusual intelligence and behaviors. Cities far from the epicenters experienced power fluctuations, mysterious outages, and shadows that seemed to move with purpose. In the midst of this, Maya convened a council of Earth's top scientists and military leaders. The room was charged with a mix of fear, curiosity, and urgency. "We are witnessing the reactivation of ancient Earth systems," she explained, "perhaps the remnants of civilizations far older than recorded history. These technologies or forces could be biological, mechanical, or something we have yet to comprehend." Captain Leo's voice cut through the tension. "Whatever it is, it's waking now, and the galaxy is watching. We need to prepare defenses, but also diplomatic responses. Alien powers will not wait to see if we can control this awakening." Rilthar's voice came through the encrypted channel, calm but firm. "Ambassador Rilthar here. My council demands that Earth immediately reveal the nature of these disturbances. Concealment will be interpreted as a threat." Maya exchanged a glance with Leo. The stakes had just escalated beyond their world. Earth was no longer a passive planet, but a pivot point in galactic politics. Tensions flared as rumors of alien fleets mobilizing near Earth's borders surfaced. Some humans advocated open communication and cooperation, believing the awakening might be a path to peace and shared knowledge. Others urged caution and military readiness, fearing domination or eradication. Maya's research led her to an extraordinary hypothesis. Earth's core housed dormant technologies and biological entities engineered by ancestors to protect the planet in times of crisis. These systems were now rebooting, triggered by centuries of environmental strain and cosmic shifts. Yet the reawakening was imperfect. The energies released were chaotic, causing mutations and anomalies among the population. Entire ecosystems transformed rapidly, leading to social upheaval and fear. Captain Leo faced the challenge of maintaining order amid rising panic. Earth's defense forces were stretched thin, dealing with internal conflicts and preparing for external threats. His pragmatism clashed with the idealism of scientists like Maya, but both understood they needed each other. In the shadows, factions formed. Some humans sought to harness the awakening power for dominance, while others feared it would bring humanity's destruction. Alien agents infiltrated, sowing discord and spying. Amid the turmoil, Maya discovered coded messages embedded within the seismic signals, an ancient warning or a plea from the planet itself. Deciphering these messages became a race against time as the planet's new life grew stronger and more unpredictable. Rilthar's species debated intervention. Some argued to quarantine Earth, others saw potential allies in the awakened humans. The Galactic Council's indecision mirrored Earth's own fractured response. The inciting incident culminated in a shocking event, a massive energy surge emanating from the planet's core, visible from orbit as a brilliant, pulsating light. This cosmic beacon drew the attention of nearby alien fleets, which began to converge on Earth. Captain Leo ordered the immediate mobilization of Earth's defense fleet. Maya, alongside her team, prepared to unlock the secrets of the awakening before it overwhelmed them. The future of Earth, and perhaps the galaxy, now depended on their ability to understand and control the sleeping beast they had awakened within themselves. As the alien ships darkened Earth's skies, tension gave way to resolve. Humanity was no longer the quiet world the galaxy had dismissed. They had awakened something powerful, something terrifying and magnificent. The fight for survival and for their place among the stars was about to begin. The brilliant light from Earth's core faded slowly, leaving a planet changed and unsettled. The awakening that Dr. Maya Singh had predicted was not just a flicker, it was a wildfire, spreading uncertainty and power alike. As alien fleets loomed on the horizon and Earth's own defenses scrambled to respond, the conflict deepened beyond simple battles into a test of trust, resilience, and identity. Captain Leo Grant stood on the bridge of Earth's flagship, the Sentinel, staring at the holographic map of approaching alien vessels. The sheer scale was daunting. Vast armadas from the Dominion and several allied species, each fleet numbering in the thousands. "We're outnumbered," Leo muttered, voice heavy with the weight of command, and outgunned, but surrender was not in his nature. Leo had faced impossible odds before, and humanity's spirit had never been broken. His fleet was smaller, less advanced than those of the Dominion, but they had one advantage: the very thing Earth had been awakening beneath its surface. "We'll use every tool Maya can give us," he told his officers, "every secret buried in this planet's heart." Meanwhile, Maya and her team were racing against time to understand the source of the planetary awakening. Ancient relics, mechanical and biological, were emerging from deep underground, exhibiting adaptive intelligence and energy manipulation. Some parts of Earth's crust were glowing with bioluminescent light, and mutated flora and fauna had begun to appear, showing enhanced survival capabilities. Maya worked in shifts with her team, deciphering cryptic patterns and aligning their data with the seismic pulses. "It's as if the planet is alive," she explained during a briefing, "but more than that, it's defending itself. Or maybe it's awakening a defense we created long ago. We're dealing with a living weapon." Her words sparked fierce debate among the scientific and military councils. Some feared unleashing a force beyond human control, while others saw it as humanity's salvation. Ambassador Rilthar, monitoring from his ship in orbit, transmitted warnings that the Galactic Council was divided on whether Earth should be quarantined, supported, or neutralized. Tensions within Earth's population surged. The mutated zones became refugees for some and prisons for others. Refugees from devastated regions clashed with military patrols enforcing emergency measures. Leaders struggled to maintain order while grappling with the ethical implications of using the planet's awakening power as a weapon. In the shadows, a faction called the Awakened formed, a group believing that humanity's survival depended on embracing the transformation fully, even if it meant forsaking old laws and alliances. They sought to harness the biological and technological hybrids emerging from Earth's core, risking further mutation but promising unmatched power. Captain Leo faced this new threat with growing concern. "We fight aliens outside, but our real battle may be within," he confided to Maya during a rare quiet moment. "How do we lead a planet that's changing beneath our feet?" Maya's gaze was distant. "We must understand it first, the planet's language, its signals. If we can't communicate with what's awakening, we risk becoming its victims." Their efforts were complicated by espionage and sabotage. Agents loyal to hostile alien factions infiltrated human command, leaking information and undermining defense plans. Trust was scarce, and paranoia simmered in every corridor. One night, Maya's laboratory was attacked. Security footage revealed masked assailants disabling key research equipment. The message was clear. Some did not want humanity. To unlock the planet's secrets, Captain Leo tightened security and launched investigations, but the damage was done. Valuable data and samples were lost, setting their research back critical weeks. Amid the chaos, Rilthar wrestled with his own doubts. The Alien Council's initial disdain for Earth shifted to apprehension as reports came in of the planet's unpredictable power. Some of his people advocated preemptive strikes. Others urged caution, recognizing that an ally might be gained if Earth could be reasoned with. To complicate matters, the Dominion dispatched their fiercest warlord, Commander Zarthak, to lead the assault on Earth. Zarthak was a figure of legend, ruthless, strategic, and feared. His arrival intensified the conflict as his fleet began targeted strikes on key human installations, aiming to cripple the planetary defenses before the awakening could be fully understood or harnessed. Human pilots engaged in desperate dogfights, their outdated fighters no match for the alien war machines. Yet inspired by Captain Leo's leadership and the promise of the planet's hidden power, they fought with tenacity and cunning, using guerrilla tactics and the planet's terrain to their advantage. During one intense battle, Maya devised a risky plan to deploy ancient defense mechanisms, gigantic biomechanical constructs buried deep underground, thought to be myth. Activating these colossi required a synchronized link with the planetary network, an undertaking fraught with danger. Leo authorized the mission. Teams were sent beneath Earth's surface, battling mutated creatures and collapsing tunnels to reach the control nodes. Maya herself joined the effort, understanding that the survival of Earth depended on success. Meanwhile, the Awakened faction seized the opportunity to push their agenda. They orchestrated uprisings in key cities, demanding full release of the planetary power and challenging the military's authority. The resulting conflicts fractured humanity's response, threatening to unravel all efforts. Captain Leo confronted the insurgents, appealing to their sense of duty, but also warning of the irreversible consequences of unchecked awakening. "We are one people or we fall divided," he declared in a broadcast, his voice carrying hope and warning alike. The internal strife mirrored the external threat as Zarthak's forces tightened their grip, bombarding Earth's surface with devastating precision. The planet itself seemed to respond, seismic activity intensifying in tandem with the alien onslaught. In a critical moment, Maya discovered a startling truth. The awakening was not random, but a defense mechanism encoded by ancient ancestors, designed to respond to existential threats. The planet and its people were linked in a symbiotic bond, a living weapon forged through history's forgotten crucibles. Harnessing this knowledge, Maya and Leo coordinated the activation of the biomechanical guardians, turning Earth's dormant power into an active shield and offensive force. The planet's surface cracked open as towering constructs rose, their movement synchronized with Earth's rhythms and the will of its defenders. The alien fleets faced a new reality. Humanity was no longer passive or weak. The awakening beast was not a threat to be subdued, but a force to be reckoned with. As battles raged in the skies and on the ground, alliances shifted. Some alien factions, witnessing humanity's resurgence, sought negotiations, while others doubled down on destruction. The final weeks of conflict tested every ounce of human ingenuity, courage, and unity. Old divisions healed in the face of shared danger. Maya and Leo emerged as symbols of hope, their leadership galvanizing a weary planet. When the dust settled, Earth stood scarred but unbroken, its hidden strength revealed to friend and foe alike. The sleeping beast had awoken, and it was humanity itself, powerful, unpredictable, and determined to claim its place among the stars. The skies over Earth darkened with the vast alien fleet's arrival. Commander Zarthak's ships, countless in number, formed a suffocating net around the planet. Their sleek war machines shimmered with deadly intent, poised to crush humanity's last stand. But Earth was no longer the quiet, passive world they had once dismissed. From beneath the surface, the biomechanical guardians stirred. Ancient machines of immense scale, their forms sculpted from living rock and metal, awakened by the planet's pulse and the will of those who commanded them. These towering colossi emerged through cracked earth and shattered cities, their steps shaking continents and echoing millennia of forgotten power. Captain Leo Grant stood on the bridge of the flagship Sentinel, watching the unfolding spectacle with steady eyes. Beside him, Dr. Maya. Singh coordinated efforts to synchronize the Guardian's movements with Earth's energy network. Every heartbeat of the planet sent commands through ancient channels, awakening the sleeping defense. "This is it," Leo said, his voice firm yet tinged with awe. "The moment humanity proves it's not just surviving, it's fighting back." The alien fleet unleashed a barrage of plasma storms and kinetic missiles. Yet the Guardians absorbed and deflected attacks with ease, their thick armored hides shimmering with regenerative energy. With deliberate purpose, they advanced, their colossal fists tearing through the enemy's front lines. Zarthak's warlord pride bristled as he witnessed the unexpected. "What ancient trick is this?" he growled. "These humans wield forces they do not understand." Ambassador Rilthar, watching from his cruiser, felt the tides turning. His diplomatic instincts urged caution, but the warrior's resolve pushed toward annihilation. Amid the chaos, the awakened faction among humans pressed forward. They melded their bodies and minds with the planetary power, becoming hybrid warriors fueled by ancient energies. Their loyalty was fierce, but their recklessness posed a risk. Maya cautioned them, "Power without control destroys us all." In space, dogfights raged. Human pilots, bolstered by adaptive technology and guided by Captain Leo's strategies, harried the alien squadrons. Dr. Malik Hassan, aboard the Sentinel, deployed experimental stealth drones that disrupted enemy sensors, sowing confusion in the alien ranks. But Zarthak was not easily shaken. He unleashed his elite forces, massive battle dreadnoughts equipped with devastating weapons and shields designed to pierce even Earth's awakened defenses. The Guardians clashed with these war machines in titanic struggles, their titanic blows sending shockwaves into orbit. Inside the flagship, Leo faced impossible choices. The planetary awakening demanded sacrifices. He could command an all-out assault, risking total annihilation, or negotiate an uneasy truce, trusting fragile alien promises. Maya's voice broke through the tension. "Captain, the core energy surge is reaching critical levels. If we don't stabilize it, the planet could fracture. The Guardians might collapse, and with them, our defenses. Leo nodded grimly. We hold this line. We buy time. Elsewhere, Maya led a team to the planet's heart, seeking to manually regulate the energy flows. The journey was perilous. Twisting tunnels, unpredictable energy surges, and mutated creatures blocked their path. The weight of the mission pressed on every step. Tensions escalated further when the awakened radicals, driven by zeal and power, attempted to override Maya's controls. A fierce internal battle erupted between those who sought balance and those hungry for dominance. Leo intervened, reminding them of humanity's true strength, unity. In the skies, Zarthak's flagship closed in on the Sentinel, intent on delivering a crushing blow. The two commanders locked eyes in a deadly game of strategy and willpower. Leo's team launched a desperate countermeasure, a quantum disruption. Field designed by Malik, capable of disabling alien technology temporarily. The field activated, flickering and warping the space around Zarthak's flagship. Systems malfunctioned, and the dreadnought lurched, its shields faltering. Seizing the moment, Leo ordered a precision strike. The flagship exploded in a blaze of light, signaling a turning point in the battle. But victory came at a cost. The energy surge beneath the planet reached a climax, threatening to tear the world apart. Maya and her team raced against time, using ancient control mechanisms and sheer will to channel the power safely. In the final moments, Maya faced a painful choice: to shut down the planetary awakening and lose its protective strength or risk everything to maintain it. She chose the latter, sacrificing herself to become one with the planetary network, stabilizing the energy but losing her physical form. Her consciousness merged with the planet, a guardian spirit guiding Earth's future. With the energy stabilized, the Guardians rallied, pushing the alien forces into retreat. Zarthak, battered and defeated, withdrew, forced to reconsider the underestimated humans. Earth stood victorious, but forever changed. The sleeping beast had awakened, not as a destroyer but as a protector, with humanity at its heart. Captain Leo, bearing the weight of loss and hope, vowed to honor Maya's sacrifice and lead Earth into a new era, where humanity was no longer the galaxy's forgotten child, but a rising force to be reckoned with. The alien fleets withdrew, their once confident assault broken by the overwhelming force of Earth's awakening guardians. Yet, victory was bittersweet. The planet bore scars, craters from the battles, shattered cities, and ecosystems transformed by the unleashed energy. Humanity stood amidst the ruins, victorious but profoundly changed. Captain Leo Grant returned to the command center aboard the Sentinel, the weight of leadership pressing heavier than ever. His crew greeted him with a mixture of relief and solemn respect. "We held the line," Leo said quietly, though his eyes betrayed exhaustion. "But the war is far from over." The news of Maya Singh's sacrifice rippled through the fleet and the colonies. Her consciousness, now intertwined with Earth's core, had stabilized the energy surge, but at the cost of her physical life. Tributes poured in, from scientists who had worked beside her, soldiers inspired by her courage, and civilians who saw in her a symbol of hope. Dr. Malik Ahsan took up the mantle of leadership in the scientific community, tasked with guiding the research into the planetary awakening. He understood the dual nature of the power, a source of protection, but also a potential threat if misused. "We must learn to coexist with this force," he declared in a global broadcast. "Maya has given us a gift and a responsibility." The awakened faction faced reckoning. Their reckless attempts to harness the planet's power without discipline had nearly torn humanity apart. Many leaders within the faction stepped down, agreeing to work within a new framework established by the Global Council. A renewed commitment to unity and caution prevailed, though tensions lingered beneath the surface. Ambassador Rilthar returned to the Galactic Council with reports of Earth's unexpected resilience and transformation. The political landscape shifted. Once dismissive empires began reconsidering Earth's place in the cosmos. Diplomatic envoys arrived seeking dialogue rather than domination, recognizing a new power awakening on the once-forgotten planet. In the aftermath, the survivors rebuilt their shattered cities with designs inspired by the planetary guardians, structures that harmonized with the Earth's energy flows and honored the ancient legacy. Communities came together to heal wounds, both physical and psychological, fostered by the shared ordeal. Captain Leo convened a council of leaders from all factions, scientific, military, political, and the awakened. Together, they forged the Earth Accord, a pact binding humanity to stewardship of their awakened planet and a commitment to peaceful exploration beyond their world. Yet challenges remained. The galactic empires watched warily, some plotting to exploit Earth's new power, others hoping to ally. Earth's defense forces continued training, blending advanced technology with the ancient energies, preparing for threats unseen but anticipated. In quiet moments, Leo reflected on the sacrifices made. Maya's consciousness still whispered through the planet's core, a guiding presence and reminder of the price of awakening. We are guardians now, he thought, not just of Earth, but of our future. The people of Earth embraced their new identity, a species awakened and united, no longer passive but active participants in the galactic story. The sleeping beast was no longer a threat, but a symbol of hope and strength. The planet's heartbeat echoed across the stars, a new beacon for those who would seek peace, challenge, or alliance. Earth had awakened, and with it, a new chapter for humanity began. The aftermath of the Great Awakening stretched far beyond the scars of battle and the rebuilding of cities. Earth was no longer the quiet, neglected planet the galaxy had once overlooked. It had become a symbol of resilience, transformation, and the enduring spirit of humanity. Captain Leo Grant stood on the observation deck of the newly rebuilt Sentinel, now a flagship of a fleet expanded and strengthened by lessons learned. He gazed at the starry expanse before him, feeling the pulse of Earth beneath his feet, Maya Singh's consciousness woven into the planet's core, an eternal guardian watching over their home. Beside him, Dr. Malik Hassan reviewed reports from scientific outposts across the globe. The planetary awakening was stabilizing, but its mysteries remained vast. The ancient technologies Maya had helped unlock were being studied with reverence and caution. These relics hinted at a civilization far older than humanity's recorded history, one that had shaped Earth's destiny for eons. "Our work has just begun," Malik said softly. "Maya gave us the key, but it's up to us to understand the door it opens." Across Earth, societies adjusted to a new normal. Cities incorporated the Guardian's designs, biomechanical structures that thrummed with energy, blending technology and nature in harmony. People spoke of Maya as a living legend, the scientist who became the planet's soul. Yet the transformation stirred profound questions about identity and purpose. The awakened faction evolved into a philosophical movement exploring the symbiosis between humans and Earth's latent power. Their practices balanced ancient rites with scientific inquiry, seeking a deeper connection with the living planet. In the political arenas, Earth negotiated its place among the stars. The Galactic Council extended invitations, wary but respectful. Diplomatic relations flourished with alien civilizations who once viewed Earth as a trivial outpost. Now Earth was a force to be reckoned with, a beacon of strength forged in unity and sacrifice. Ambassador Rilthar, once skeptical, became a close ally. His people, impressed by Earth's resurgence, offered technology and knowledge, fostering a cultural exchange that enriched both worlds. Yet he cautioned that vigilance was essential. "The galaxy is vast and full of shadows," he reminded. "Leo, our allies may not always remain so." Meanwhile, the memory of Commander Zarthak lingered, a formidable adversary humbled by Earth's awakening. His retreat was strategic, not defeat. Some whispered of impending retaliation, a future conflict that would test humanity's resolve anew. On Earth, Captain Leo grappled with his role as leader in this new era. The burden of command weighed heavily, but so did pride. Humanity had awakened its sleeping beast, the planet and its own indomitable spirit. They had faced annihilation and emerged stronger. At night, Leo often visited the memorial to Maya Singh, where a holographic projection recounted her sacrifice and vision. "She gave us more than life," he thought. "She gave us a future." Elsewhere, small communities thrived in the rewilded zones, where mutated flora and fauna flourished under the Guardian's protection. Scientists studied these ecosystems, discovering new medicines, energy sources, and even forms of sentient life. The awakening had sparked a renaissance of discovery and wonder. Yet challenges persisted. The balance between harnessing the planet's power and preserving its natural harmony was delicate. Ethical debates arose over the limits of modification and control. Humanity stood at a crossroads, facing choices that would define their legacy. In the vast reaches of space, human explorers set forth with renewed purpose, guided by Maya's teachings and Leo's leadership. They carried the story of Earth, the sleeping beast awakened and united, and the message that even the smallest world could wield immense power when its people stood as one. The stars, once indifferent, now held their gaze on Earth with cautious curiosity and respect. Whispers spread across the cosmos of a planet that had risen from silence to roar, its spirit alive in every heartbeat and every breath of wind. As new threats emerged on distant frontiers, humanity's unity and the bond with their living planet became their greatest strength. The sleeping beast was no longer a secret or a weapon. It was their essence, and in that essence lay hope, courage, and the promise that no force, no empire could ever silence the indomitable human spirit again. The years that followed were a time of profound transformation for Earth and its people. The world that had once been scarred and forgotten now pulsed with new life, a vibrant synthesis of ancient power and human ingenuity. The memory of conflict lingered, but it was overshadowed by the promise of renewal. Captain Leo Grant's role evolved from wartime leader to guardian of peace. He worked tirelessly to build bridges not only between human factions, but also across species and cultures. His vision was clear. Earth would no longer be isolated or underestimated. Instead, it would serve as a beacon of resilience and collaboration in a galaxy fraught with uncertainty. One of Leo's earliest acts was to establish the Earth Alliance, a coalition uniting scientists, diplomats, and defenders dedicated to protecting the planet and exploring the cosmos responsibly. Ambassador Rilthar, now a trusted advisor and friend, helped broker relationships with other civilizations. "Trust is fragile," Rilthar reminded him, "but it is the foundation of peace." Dr. Malik Hassan, inspired by Maya Singh's legacy, led pioneering research into the planetary awakening. His teams decoded fragments of ancient knowledge embedded deep within Earth's core, blueprints for technologies that blurred the line between biology and machine, energy and matter. These discoveries sparked new debates about ethics and stewardship. Meanwhile, the awakened movement blossomed into a cultural renaissance. Communities centered around harmony with the living planet embraced practices that fostered connection, respect, and balance. Festivals celebrated the symbiosis between humanity and Earth's energy, blending science, spirituality, and art in ways previously unimagined. But not all challenges were external or philosophical. The mutation zones, areas where the planet's power had altered flora and fauna, posed ongoing dilemmas. While many species thrived, some mutated creatures became unpredictable threats. The balance between protection and control required constant vigilance. In one such region, a team of scientists discovered a new form of life, sentient beings formed from the planet's energy itself. These entities communicated through pulses and vibrations, their consciousness intertwined with Earth's heartbeat. They held knowledge of ancient epochs and warned of cosmic forces beyond even the Galactic Council's awareness. Their arrival unsettled humanity, but also offered a chance to deepen understanding. Dr. Malik spearheaded efforts to communicate with these beings, opening dialogues that transcended language and species. The encounter reinforced a growing realization. Earth was not just a planet, it was a living, sentient guardian in its own right. On the political front, tensions simmered. Some galactic powers remained wary or hostile, unsettled by Earth's newfound strength. Shadowy factions sought to exploit fractures within humanity, hoping to weaken the planet from within. Leo's leadership was tested repeatedly as he navigated threats both overt and covert. At home, the scars of war were slowly healing. Cities rebuilt with architecture that embraced sustainability and planetary integration. Education systems incorporated lessons from the awakening, teaching future generations about responsibility, unity, and the dangers of hubris. Amid this rebuilding, stories of Maya Singh became legend, told in classrooms, recorded in histories, and whispered in moments of reflection. Her sacrifice was a constant reminder that great power demanded great sacrifice. The memory of the warlord Zarthak also lingered, a reminder that peace was never guaranteed. While defeated, his empire's ambitions had not faded. Sporadic raids and covert operations kept Earth's defenses alert. The Alliance's fleets expanded, blending human technology with the Guardian's power, creating ships capable of unprecedented resilience and adaptability. Captain Leo personally oversaw training programs, forging a new generation of defenders who embodied humanity's resilience and adaptability. Among them was a young pilot named Arya, a prodigy who combined fearless spirit with strategic genius, representing hope for the future. In the quieter moments, Leo contemplated the true meaning of the sleeping beast. It was not merely a weapon or a force of destruction, but a metaphor for humanity itself, dormant potential, awakened by crisis and choice. The planet and its people had become intertwined, each shaping the other's destiny. As humanity ventured deeper into space, exploring new worlds and encountering unknown species, they carried Earth's story with them. A tale of awakening, sacrifice, and unity that resonated across stars and systems. Their presence was a declaration. Humanity was here, not as victims, not as pawns, but as creators of their own fate. The Galactic Council convened to discuss Earth's role in this new era. Debates were fierce. Some advocated granting Earth full membership and support, recognizing its power and potential for alliance. Others urged caution, fearing unpredictability and the burden of its awakening. Ambassador Rilthar stood firm, championing peace and cooperation. "Earth's awakening is a lesson to us all," he said in a historic address. A reminder that even those deemed small or weak hold within them the power to change the cosmos. Back on Earth, cultural exchanges flourished. Alien species visited human worlds, sharing art, science, and philosophy. Humans learned new ways of seeing and being, expanding their consciousness beyond planetary boundaries. Yet amid the celebrations and progress, a quiet vigilance persisted. The awakening had opened doors to power, to mystery, and to danger. Humanity knew that the path forward was uncertain and fraught with challenges yet unseen. Captain Leo, standing beneath Earth's star-filled sky, felt the weight of responsibility and the thrill of possibility. The sleeping beast had awoken, and with it, a new chapter for humanity began, one of hope, courage, and infinite potential. As the stars whispered ancient secrets and the planet's heartbeat echoed through the cosmos, humanity embraced its destiny, not as conquerors, but as guardians and explorers of the great unknown.